This week we heard from Joe Biden's son, Hunter. He sat down with YouTube personality Andrew Callahan, where he unleashed on the Democrats. Let's just take a look.
David Axelrod, who had one success in his political life, and that was Barack Obama. And that was because of Barack Obama, not because of David Axelrod. And David Plouffe, and all of these guys, and the Pod Save America guys, who were junior speechwriters in, on Barack Obama's Senate staff, who have been dining out on the relationship with him for years, making millions of dollars. The Anita Dunns of the world, who's made $40, $50 million off the Democratic Party. They're all going to insert their judgment over a man who has figured out, unlike anybody else, how to get elected to the United States Senate over 7 times, how to pass more legislation than any president in history.
Oh, he is unbearable, but he has seemed to have offended the Pod Save America guys. They've responded to Hunter Biden, reminding him that he's a liability and should be ashamed. Listen to this.
You know what I mean? It's just this sense of entitlement that, like, from Biden, from his family, from the inner circle, that he was, like, owed the presidency, owed a second term. It's just very rating.
But one thing we know is that Hunter Biden, throughout Joe Biden's presidency, was a terrible liability for him. And put the addiction aside, it is because he was on Burisma, because he became an artist, because he was part of a kind of like sleazy Washington that, as Tommy said, people hated. You were a liability. You should be ashamed of the ways in which you made your father's political life worse. And like the idea that we're going to listen to you now, like, give me a break. It's ridiculous.
But in a sign of just how desperate the Democrats are, The Atlantic has put out a piece claiming that Hunter Biden's recent interview unveiled a straightforward, pummeling aggression that the Democrat Party has been missing. So are the Democrats actually considering making Hunter Biden the face of the party?
These people need help. These people need help. I don't even know where to start with unpacking this, right?
Yeah.
You have Hunter Biden going off, on the Pod Save America bros, who now are starting to sound like they're auditioning for a primetime slot on Fox News. Where was that energy being critical of Hunter Biden during the election when we were saying that he was a liability, when we were saying that he engage in a pay-for-play scheme and use his last name to unduly benefit from the role and office of his father? Where was that energy then? But now when Hunter Biden comes for them, they have, all the bad things in the world to say about him. But also, too, I welcome that Atlantic piece. Thank God for it, actually, because if the Democrats are this dumb that they think that making Hunter Biden the face of their party is going to lead to electoral success, then they still haven't learned their lesson. And if the best that they have on their bench is Jasmine Crockett and Hunter Biden, then Republicans are going to probably run this country for the next several decades, and thank God.
Yeah, well, look, either Hunter Biden or Zohran Mamdani, which was suggested on MSNBC. Do you have some free advice for the Democrats? Because it seems as though their party and its brand is just going from bad to worse.
I think so. Absolutely. My advice with them would be simple: is actually go out into real America. Leave your cozy apartment in New York City. Leave LA and actually go to Alabama, go to Georgia, go to Ohio, go to all these swing states that President Trump won resoundingly, and go talk to real people and ask them what they think of Jasmine Crockett and Hunter Biden. And I think they'll tell you exactly what they think. And it might just be a little different than what they actually believe.